guys, today we're going to show you what a sharp chainsaw cuts like. I don't have a dull one because I don't like them to show you what they don't cut like, but you would definitely know if you had a dull chainsaw. It's freezing. Sun's just coming up the tree line over there, so that's going to save me, but it is so cold today. We're going to cut a tree down and we'll go show you how to sharpen a saw. So guys, we're actually standing above the root cellar. Built this in June this summer, 3 summers ago. So we laid a whole bunch of blocks down there, put a footing down, and then it's just dirt down in the bottom. We got potatoes, carrots down there, store apples. We're storing a whole bunch of our extra eggs from the chickens right now down there. And then I built this shed on top of it since I had the foundation already. Okay, see the bar? It's a little bit slack. We're gonna tighten that up ever so bit there. There's a little screw here on the side. Watch over there. And that's tight. Guys, this should not be like an elastic, but like there's tension there. Tighten this back up. If you're running your saw and the actual chain is making like a as it's running, you got it too tight. You better loosen that off a bit. You're going to heat up the bar and the chain, wear everything out prematurely. That bar by itself is about $110. Chains about 42 bucks. I do pretty good for chains. I won't use any more than 2 for a whole winter, which is pretty good. So that literally is a chunk of basswood. Couldn't find my handle one day. Went to the bush, shoved that file in there. Tell you, that works just dandy. Just dandy. So this chain, guys, I don't know if any of you other guys out there know this, but they make a chain with this gold tooth right here. So there's a gold section. If you find that on the chains that have it, you can start there. And then when you go around, you know right where you started. Real easy without even having to look at your teeth. So when you file chains, you should be counting. This one's not that bad. It's quite sharp, but we're just giving it an extra edge. There's a little line indicator on here. This shows you the angle that you should be roughly sharpening at there. So you're going to roughly follow that. And guys, this chain's almost done. That line indicator basically tells you when your chain's finished. This has maybe 1 or 2 more filings left. That's it. And this here, this is your raker. So if this is too high and you get this far down on your tooth, this is going to prevent your tooth actually from cutting. So you have to either use a hand file, which is more accurate, and you do several passes on there, 2 or 3 times throughout the entire sharpening of your chain. So I did it the other day already, so we're not going to get into that, but I almost did it too much. It was cutting too much because I lowered this too much. I'll see if I can put a straight edge across. So you see the raker is way down past where the top of the tooth is. I did it too far. So this is cutting too much. If this was an underpowered saw, you almost wouldn't even be able to cut. So, all right, let's sharpen this guy up. So guys, when your tooth is sharp, you should be able to run your finger across that, and that'll be nicking just about every bump in your skin across that, okay? Let's try one that's not... Like, it doesn't feel nearly as sharp. Yes, this is your cutting edge here, but if this point here is dull, there will be a serious deficiency in how good this cuts. So when you're sharpening, it's sharpening this front and that point over there. For the most part, guys, you gotta count how many times you file each one. So let's say one tooth here, like this one here, is quite a ways from the line that's there, and then this one, the line is gone. So this tooth won't be cutting as much as this one. So if you have great differences from teeth, your bar is gonna like, because the one tooth that's higher will be cutting, and the one after it will not be cutting. So try to keep most of your teeth within reason to the same when you're sharpening. Here I'm talking, I can't hardly remember how many I filed. When you do this a lot, you just get super used to it. Two on that one. So guys, you can actually buy an electric chainsaw sharpener. I've never used one. My uncle used to work at a small engine repair shop, and I never brought one there, but my dad brought it there a couple times, and he sharpened it with that machine. Something about the disc running across the teeth heats up the metal just like you would heat up, like say a knife to like harden it. Well, it hardens the metal, and then at home with your file, you can't even hardly sharpen the thing. Some of you out there might actually own one and like it, but I've never owned one, and what I've heard about, I don't like it. You get used to running the real file yourself, it's fine. When you start to feel that your file is just kind of riding over the tooth, and it's not much resistance, like it'll just kind of, and it's like it didn't really seem like it did much, your file is finished. My dad says you should change your file every time you change your chain. Like, to be honest, this file, oh, that chain's almost done, so I guess that's why. It's not cutting like it should be, that's for sure. Man, I feel like I've gone around. Oh, there it is there. All right. So guys, if you don't already have a vise mounted somewhere, man, if you've never used one, you are missing out big time. Huh. Yeah, good memories. I won't even sharpen my chainsaw in the bush. I refuse to. It's awful. You're there on the back of the truck, you're trying to hold the chain. It's freezing cold, so you're holding the chain, you got your thing here. I mean, it's not that warm in here, but everything's always moving. The saw wants to fall over. So I'll just throw the saw in the back of the truck, and I'll come back home. I'm just like 2 minutes over there in the bush. If you were a logger and you were hours away, that's different. But my dad even went as far as to put a receiver on the bottom of a vise that you could put in the truck, like in the hitch, and you could just sharpen right on that. That was super slick. So back to our gold tooth here. When you buy your bar, guys, there's it's on the other side there. There's a placard on the side of your bar that tells you the size of your bar, the gauge of your bar, and how many teeth are on it. So that information on the bar makes it so that you can go to the wherever you go to get chains, and you can buy new chains with that. My favorite way to do it is to actually keep the box that you bought your chain in. Okay, so like you might throw that on your chain on there. Don't throw this box out right away. Throw that in your truck or something, and then when you go to town, you can just stop in and get. Always buy your chains with like 2 or 3 chains, unless you plan on getting rid of your saw. So if you buy a new saw, buy like 5 chains. You know, then you don't got to run back to the store every other week when you're cutting wood. It's fairly cold here in Northern Ontario today. Past couple days have been so cold, I just didn't really feel like going out and doing anything. So I made a couple videos with the wife. Make sure you guys check that out on her channel. We bottled wine and we made beans. She made beans, and we cooked French fries and hamburgers the one night. We're also shooting a video of how to make homemade apple cider. Mine's peach and passion fruit. Can't wait to get that again. That's super good. Alright, that's last tooth. There's the gold. Tells you right away. Super fun. Alright guys, if you enjoyed this video, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. I'll try to make sure stuff's coming frequently. If you want to see tips on cutting firewood, a couple of machinery we get to use and whatnot, I got a whole other video on cutting firewood and hauling it out of the bush. Catch you next time.